Well, good morning, everyone. And how are you? Welcome to another live this morning. And we just love when you can come on live with us. And we love to do a little roll call and say hello to dear friends of this program. You have no idea, Lisa, how much we appreciate you. And Lucille and Paul and Joe. We got a new Trinity. Hi, Janice from Brampton. Nativity, good morning. Lisa and Rosalinda, Niagara Falls, good morning to you. And Lorraine out in British Columbia. Man, it's early this morning. Mary's always saying hi to Dave and Helga. We love that. Judy, New Brunswick. Sandy, Chilliwack, British Columbia. Again, bright and early. There's our dear friend, Fran. Patricia, how are you? And Georgie from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Cheryl's on with us from Lighthouse Cove. And Bonnie, Little Britain. Anne, Sylvia from Mississippi. And Anne is on with us from St. Catharines. Patricia's from Pulaski, Tennessee. Joan. Blind River, Elaine, St. John's, Newfoundland. Karen is in Coldwater. Patricia's there's another Patricia in Florida, right? Nellie, Deb, Cheryl, not in Mississippi, but Mississauga. Marla, Oregon. Cheryl, West Virginia. Oh, I love that song. Brahim, there you are. Yvonne, Karen, good morning. And two Karens in a row. Peterborough and Innisfil. Bonnie, Annandale, Minnesota. Well, good morning to you. Sandra's on with us. Carol is on with us from Moncton, New Brunswick. And Brahim is saying hi. Annette, how is you? Maureen is on with us from Boca Raton, Florida. Frida, Devlin. Dennis, how are you? I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Thanks for asking. Anna, Veronica, we love you. Denise, Oakville. IT, Unionville. John, how are you? Sharon from Kansas. And Cecilia from Sudbury. Where is that? John and Linda, Fenland Falls. Judy and Rita, a couple of more guys from Barrie. How are you? Yvette, Shediac, Nouveau-Brunswick. Darlene, Alberta. Gwen, Alberta. Anne is in our backyard in Lively. Marianne, London. Faye, how are you? Roxanne from Edmonton. Wanda from Ridgeway, and Carol is from West Virginia. And Carol from Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, 2 in a row. And Sandy saying hello from Vancouver, Washington. Dunedin, Florida, Teresa. Sue, Manitoulin Island, Cindy. And Brahim's asking about my daughter. Well, chronic, Carol, Judy, how are you? Okay, thanks for asking about my daughter, my youngest daughter. Car accident. Well, not good, but good attitude. Very disabled in a lot of ways, but she keeps trucking as much as she can. Much appreciated. Okay, for even asking. Guys, we love you. Thanks for coming on. I got a few more questions before I get to some studies, okay? Because someone was asking, I think I didn't answer this the other day. No name on the reset. Dr. Martin, why can't I drink sparkling water? Okay? Carbonated water. Did I say you couldn't have it? Okay? I don't want you to replace sparkling water Okay? I don't want that to replace your water. Okay? Now, I like sparkling water. I really do. Okay? And I enjoy that. But I'm not thinking hydration when I drink it. I just think satisfaction. Okay? I like it. Okay? I do. And is it good for you? Yeah, I think so. It's certainly, it's not hydrating. Not like water. Only water is water. Okay? There's some research showing that it sort of stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system, makes you feel a little bit better. I don't know about that, but I know I like it. Okay? So have I said you can't have it on the reset? If I did, look, I just don't want you to replace that with water, because some people will drink, 10 Perriers in a day and think, well, I don't have to drink water. No, you got to drink water. Okay? You got to drink water. And that's the key, right? We talk about vitamin W all the time. Well, sparkling water is not vitamin W. Is it bad for you? No, absolutely not. But again, okay, it's just the way your body works. And so No Name didn't give us their name, but that's all right. You asked a very good question, and we want to answer it. And yeah, and he or she is saying not to replace water, but just as an extra. As an extra, yeah, you can have it. Okay? Don't tell anybody. In case I said you can't have it. You can have it. Okay. Claudette, did I answer this the other day? She's got extremely high blood pressure. That's no good. Okay, my doctor has me on 50,000 units of vitamin D taken once a week for 3 weeks. Well, that's not a lot, okay? Like, it really isn't, because 50,000 in a week, okay, is what? 8,000, less than 8,000 IUs, 7,000 IUs a day? I know that seems high for 50,000. Oh, 50,000. Well, I'd like them to do 50,000, the hammer, give you 50,000 a day for 3 days. Because that's what I call the vitamin D hammer. You got a bug, you got a flu, you got whatever coming on, a virus, do the hammer. Anyway, so Claudette is worried that that's what's causing her high blood pressure. Nope. Claudette, nope, it's not. Okay? Could vitamin D be killing me? No. Claudette, vitamin D ain't killing you. I can tell you, if your blood pressure is going through the roof, first of all, are you on medication for that? Second of all, are you under a lot of stress, Claudette? Because it ain't vitamin D. If it is, you'd be the first person in the universe that I ever seen that happen to. And believe me, if they could cancel vitamin D, in Canada, they just get rid of it if they could. And I mean it. But vitamin D doesn't, it actually helps your cardio. It actually helps your heart. And because it elevates your nitric oxide. It opens up your blood vessels, which is super good for you. So I don't know what's going on, Claudette. I'm under suspicion without knowing this 100%. I used to see it in my office all the time. How much stress are you under? Because that'll do it. Cortisol. That'll elevate your blood pressure. Marion, Marion just making some statements here, and okay. Food preservatives that act as xenoestrogens. Yeah, most of them are. They cause estrogen to rise. Okay. Propyl gallate, 4-hexy-scroranol. Well, any more that, look, I mean, anything, you said it, Marianne, anything that you can't pronounce that's in your food, if you can avoid it, avoid it. You're not going to totally avoid it because you have xenoestrogens everywhere. My overarching statement is this: we live in a toxic soup. Good luck. You can run, but you can't hide completely. Now, is it good to read labels and look for stuff that, you can't pronounce? You bet your boots it is. And if you can avoid it, avoid it. But you can't completely avoid it unless you live on another planet. It's just the way it is. And you can be organic. You can do everything you want, but you're still going to be exposed to xenoestrogens and microplastics. And you're going to be exposed because it's in the water, soil, and air, like Roundup and all that stuff. I mean, they dump 4 billion pounds of it. It's everywhere. So my thinking and my teaching tells you as an individual, Marianne, yes, be educated. I like that. You're a smart puppy. Read your labels. I love that. But even more important is for your body to be able to detox these things. And the number one thing you can do is keep your liver empty. Empty your liver of fat. Because when you do, your liver is an amazing machine. It detoxes like nobody's business. And it produces glutathione, Velcro, that goes through your blood and picks up toxins. It sticks to it like Velcro and gets rid of it. So, number one, do that. Number two, read labels, for sure. And, that's really important. Drink water. Flush, because your kidneys are involved big time. Flush. Okay? So, and I like probiotics because a lot of them pick up microplastics, friendly bacteria. Okay. Marianne, you're absolutely right. I think I answered this, Francis. Can Dr. Martin address a natural supplement for cholesterol? Oh, called Cardio Smile. No, Cardio Smile. Never heard of it. Okay. What does it do? Lowers your cholesterol? Does it? Okay, let me look. Okay. Can I look it up? Because I want to answer properly because I want to see what it's made of. Hold on a minute. Let's see if I can look it up. Always scary when I get on, especially during the show. It's a natural, Cardio Smile is a natural water-soluble phytosterol supplement derived to lower cholesterol and triglycerides. Well, if it does the triglycerides, I like that. I don't know what's in it. Okay. Show more. betacisterol, camptosterol. Look, I mean, as far as lowering cholesterol, who cares? If it lowers triglycerides, I like that. The best way to lower triglycerides is not a supplement, because DHA can lower your triglycerides, is eating. When you eat low carbs, you lower your triglycerides. So here is a statement that I'll make because I make it all the time. When you can eat something rather than supplement with it, I like that better. Okay? So you don't hear me talking, for example, about B vitamins too much, except B12. Okay? You don't hear me talking about B1 or B3, B6. People take it. And okay, you're all right. But if you eat a steak, you get your B vitamins. And you get your heme iron. And you get all the things you need. So, that's an example. So, look, Cardio Smile, sounds good, except you're lowering your cholesterol. Why do you want to do that, first of all? Triglycerides, if it does that, good for that. I like DHA better than that to lower triglycerides. I take triglycerides, I take high DHA for my brain, my eyes, my heart, my joints, my gut, because it lubricates everything. And your brain's made up of DHA fat. So that's why I like it so much. And what was I going to say? So again, you want to take it? I don't care. It wouldn't be on my top list of supplements, but hey, imagine I actually went on my iPad to get this answer and I did it without messing up the program. I'm kind of proud of myself. Well, wait a minute. Let me see if I can get back to questions here. Hi, Francis. Thank you very much. And Susan's talking about her TSH spiked from 269 to 89.1 in 1 year. My T4 dropped. Okay. She has all the thyroid symptoms. Can you enlighten me on this enormous spike? Well, look, you got an issue. I mean, your thyroid's not working properly, but it's not just your thyroid, Susan, okay? It's not just your thyroid. And I know that because of all the clinical experience I have, okay? So yesterday I drew this little diagram, and you got to look at all of this, Susan, because your doctor, how can I approach my doctor? Well, if your doctor, if you went through that enormous spike, what did your doctor say? I'd like to know that. If you can send me an email answer to info@martinclinic.com. Let me know, Susan, because, okay, first of all, are you on meds? Did the doctor, after the spike like that, they put you on meds? But let me tell you what's going on, and I can tell you with pretty well certainty, okay? It's not your thyroid primarily. It's involved, but it's not primarily that, okay? So here's me drawing a stupid diagram again, okay? Let me do this. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back and I'll tell you. All right, let me do this. Okay? Because you got to understand this. Okay? Susan, look at the chart I made. Can you see it? Okay? And I know it's upside, well, the writing's upside down. So the pyramid, at the top, you have your thyroid. Okay? Your thyroid. Is it involved? Big time. But, you got other things going on too. Okay? And this is what I used to do in my office. Get to the bottom of it. Because you're probably in a hormonal, or what we used to call in the office, hormonal storm. Okay? Wasn't hormones, it was hormones. Okay, so what hormones were involved? I can almost bet dollars to donuts that this is going on with you, Susan. So when you look at this, the thyroid's on the top, and then right in the middle of the pyramid is your pancreas. It's your insulin. I almost, without exception, eating too many carbohydrates and your insulin, you develop insulin resistance, and insulin resistance has an enormous effect on the thyroid. Big time. Okay? So now we got to deal with food. You got to eliminate sugar. Go very low carb. I would have you do the reset for 30 days. Your liver is involved. Because T4, which your body, your thyroid can't use T4. It uses T3. That conversion is finicky like you would not believe. Okay? Finicky like you would not believe. And the liver's involved in that. And when you have some fatty liver, and most people do, and they don't know, that messes up the thyroid. So insulin, liver. Now, let me go over here. You got two organs just above your kidneys have a big effect on your thyroid. You know what they're called? Your adrenals. Adrenal, on top of kidneys. Doctors don't look at it unless you have Cushing's or Addison's disease. Otherwise, they're not. I used to call it the Rodney Dangerfield of your body. It gets no respect because doctors weren't trained to look at adrenals unless you have a cancer or Cushing's or Addison's. They just don't do it. Not routinely. And they don't see the connection. But your adrenals have a huge connection to your thyroid. Why? Well, cortisol, okay, is meant to have a part-time job. If it has a full-time job, it messes up your thyroid. One of the reasons is because it robs, and I'm going to go to the pyramid again, it robs progesterone from your body. When you rob progesterone, your estrogen is higher than your progesterone. That's called estrogen dominance. Who the heck tests for that? And then, when your estrogen is too high, your thyroid can slow to a crawl. Your thyroid gets messed up. So you have a lot of moving parts when it comes to your thyroid. And so I'd love to know what your doctor thought of those crazy numbers. Did they put you on medication? Did they give you a diagnosis of hypo or hyper with crazy numbers like that? Autoimmune? But even if it's autoimmune, there's another factor there. Okay? You're producing antibodies. And another thing that I often drew in the pyramid is this, okay? See that little right down here? That's your gut. Not only is a little bit of T4, T3 in your gut happens there, but if you have leaky gut, that can mess up your thyroid in other ways. And I'm not even talking digestive symptoms. You can have leaky gut and have no idea because you have no digestive symptoms. I don't know how many people come into my office. I diagnose them with leaky gut. I showed them, and then, well, I don't have any digestive. Who said? I didn't say you had digestive issues. I said you had leaky gut. That means toxins get into the bloodstream that don't belong there. Your body reacts to them. And you produce antibodies. And you create inflammation inside the body. That can mess up your thyroid too. So guys, that's, you're asking a good question. And Susan, you need to give me a little bit more information. Dave is saying 90%, he's hearing that 90% of the population is deficient in potassium. 90%, maybe, I wouldn't say 90, but hey, potassium, look, and you need 4,700, you need 4 times more potassium than you need magnesium. The problem with potassium, okay, Dave, is doctors hate to play with it. They hate to play with it because they're scared of it because of heart arrhythmias and things like that. Potassium, when it's off, can give you that. Okay? And like potassium-rich foods, well, probably the best is avocado in terms of potassium. But usually with potassium, what I would do with patients that were, because where I saw it the most, okay, deficient in potassium, were patients that were on medication, especially blood pressure medication. And then they were given a diuretic. Because with blood pressure medication, you get swelling in the ankles and that. And then they put them on another, like they put them on diuretics. So now they're on 2 medications. And that often decreases your potassium. And I'll show you how scared medicine is of potassium. That I'd have to look it up in the United States, but I know in Canada, you can't get a supplement more than 99 milligrams of potassium. Like you need 4,700 a day. That's your daily intake of it. But you rarely hear people talking about potassium so much because they always, the one that they talk about, and I'm guilty of this too, I talk more about magnesium than potassium. But it's not that I don't like potassium. I know you need it. And by the way, you eat a steak, you got potassium in it. Okay? You eat eggs, you got potassium in eggs. You eat dairy, you get potassium in it. And people that get muscle cramps, a lot of times they take magnesium, but sometimes they're deficient in potassium. But usually when I saw it in my office, Dave, it was people on medication. And I had to deal with that and help them fix that. Okay? That's a good question. Okay, I think I answered all of them. I think I did. Holy smokes, did we? We started on Friday with Q&A. Okay, let me see. I got 1 second, so let me see if I probably can't see anything. But if I can, let me see here. If I see it, I'll see if there's any questions here, okay? If I can read them. Because I might, hold on a minute here. Hold on. I'm going to just see if I got a time. I got a time for a minute or 2 of questions, but I have to see the scroll. And of course, I'm going to do this. Try one more time. Let me see. I see myself on my iPad. Man, that went by fast. Okay. No, I can't see it, guys. I'm going to have to go too far in groups. Let me try Martin Clinic Club. Let me see if I see anything here. Yes, okay. But I don't see the comments, okay? One comment. Just Luella saying hi. Okay, that ain't working. I'm going to try one more time, guys. I'm going to bear with me for one more second. Because, see, I wanted to come on live and answer your questions because people ask questions. Okay. Carol says, drink pickle juice before bed if you got cramps. I like that. I like pickle juice. It's very high in salt. So that often helps. It's a better Gatorade than Gatorade, I can tell you that. And a lot better for you. Okay? Pickle juice helps cramps. Hello, Kathy. Let me see. I'm going to scroll up here. I'm right. Do you see my thumb, guys? No? Who said that? Somebody said, Dr. Martin, I knew you were going to say steak. Yeah, but I love steak. Okay? When I was working in the hospital, everyone on the ladies was on potassium. Yeah, because it's medication, right? And Diana, you're right. Ladin wrecks the kidneys as well. Ladin, what were you saying there? Okay. Bacon. Wendy. I don't know why I didn't say bacon. You know, I had a brain cramp. I said steak too. The steak is good, but bacon is very high in potassium. See? Look at how smart my audience is. Let me see. One more question. Yeah, 90 milligram. 99 is what they get in potassium. Let me see. You see why I don't do this during the program, guys? Okay. Anyway. Look at Lucille said. Okay? My son is a pharmacist. He said, don't worry about cholesterol. The main thing is your A1C. Well, you, Lucille, tell your son that I love him and that he's smart. I wish more pharmacists would do that. Tell him he's smart and tell him I love him too. Okay. I missed out. Now I'm going to be in trouble because I put this screen in front. Okay. Now, guys, when I find a way to do you have to send in your questions, but if I find a way to be able to answer your questions live, put them right up on the scroll, without me messing up, I would like that. Because we love answering your questions, guys, okay? I'm a question guy. I'm a why guy, okay? And I know my audience, you're a why. Why? Why is my thyroid not working? Why? What about this and what about that? I love that. Be inquisitive. Okay, guys, we love you. Got a great week. Got some good studies. Study on coffee. Did you have your coffee this morning? Okay. Love you. Talk to you soon.